Closing up shop, closing up my store.
Welcome back to the gun dungeon. Ever since this pistol right here first came out, it has constantly been compared to the Glock 19. Of course, miniguns are compared to the Glock 19 because it kind of set the bar a long time ago for a compact yet very shootable handgun. The CZ P10 C is very, very similar to the Glock 19 in dimensions. Throw them up here, you can see, God, they're very, very similar. Widths, lengths, grips, all that. The grip length, let me put the mags in, maybe a bit taller with the CZ P10 C. I don't know if it's easier to do it like this and then stand them up. There's the top of the slides. You can see a little bit more length on the grip that way with the P10 C. But all in all, about the same size guns, same capacity in flush fit guns. You can get extended mags for both. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say, I don't say this a lot, I really wish that I could have a redo on my first video with this P10 C, and I will tell you why. I was shooting some of these intro clips here that you see rolling in while I'm talking, and I finally decided to shoot my Infinity Defense target, which allowed me to see where I was making impacts. And I don't know why I didn't notice it before, but the rear sight on this P10 C was pushed way left, and it was causing me to make a lot of misses. And once I finally adjusted, went in, adjusted that sucker's hard to move, by the way. I know there's a set screw, I took that out, but even after that, it was very hard to move. If you don't have a sight pusher tool, or at least if I didn't, I would have never got this one moved. But once I got that adjusted, that made all the difference in the world. I don't know why I didn't notice it before. I mean, it was visual. I could tell it just by looking at it. I don't know why I didn't notice it before. So in my original video, I didn't shoot this gun all that well, and I don't like suppressor height sights, which this has. I don't like tall sights, so I blamed it on that. I wish I'd took a closer look at the rear sight before I went further with that video, but here we are, and now they're adjusted, and now we're gonna have a real comparison between the Glock 19 and the CZ P10 C. When I first came out here, I thought I was gonna go to the Glock 19. And I shoot Glocks a lot, so I'm a little biased that way. But I'm also a huge CZ fan, so I'm biased that way. So this is about as clear cut as you're gonna get, non-biased from my perspective anyways. But let's just talk about them a little bit here, and then we're gonna shoot some. 15 round mags, of course. Controls are essentially the exact same. Slide stop, slide release, slide stop, slide release, takedown lever, rail, side serrations. I mean, they're essentially, this is just a CZ version of this, essentially. Now, there are some subtle differences. I do like the trigger better on the CZ. Now, I like Glock triggers. A lot of people don't, but I like Glock triggers. I can shoot them well, but the P10 C is a lot less spongy, has a lot cleaner break to it. As far as the weight, they're about the same. Can't tell much of a difference with that. I'm not talking much about the sights on this Glock 19 because these are aftermarket. I hate stock Glock sights. So I always swap those out. So if you're comparing the two and you don't want crappy sights, add you another $100 for night sights because you're gonna need them. This one came with night sights and it's optics ready. So price difference, especially right now, prices go into the P10 C. There's a lot of sales on them happening right now. Have been seeing for a couple months. You get them really, really cheap, which is one of the reasons that I bought this one. I couldn't turn down the deal on it. Both are ambidextrous on your slide stop, slide release. This is the Gen 5 19. They didn't have that till this generation. I'm not a big fan of ambidextrous controls. I would rather be able to swap them from left to right than to have both all the time. I just think it gets in the way. Both are reversible mag releases, and if you hit it, they might pop out. Then you got to pick them up off the ground. But I mean, other than that, they're really, really similar. The stippling even feels very, very similar to me. The aggressiveness goes to the P10 C. That's going to be subjective whether you like that or not. Definitely feels more aggressive on the P10 C than the stippling on the Gen 5 Glock 19. So just swap them back and forth there and make sure. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Definitely more aggressive on the P10 C. But guys, they're essentially the exact same. It's really a preference thing. I like both of them. But let's just go ahead and shoot some here and talk about them a little bit more after that and go from there. All right, let's just bang around on some steel here a little bit, maybe. I get these glasses on. Look at me all cool wearing dark shades when it's overcast. Let's just bang around on some steel here. CZ P10 C up first, then we'll switch to the Glock. I got 10 rounds loaded, nice even number. Took me a minute to get on that left one. Let's try the Glock. I think that left target's just being a pain in the butt. Took me a few shots to get on it with the Glock 19 too. Let's load them up, try them again. I'll do them in reverse order. We'll do the Glock, then the CZ next. Jacket's a little tight in the back. I haven't got it broke in yet. So I'm gonna be doing this a lot, just so you know. But I got the Glock 19, said I'd do it first this round. Let's load it up. I'm gonna try to speed it up just a fun. Had some misses there at the end. Speed it up, that's what I always do. Not that good of a shooter. It's easy. I'll say this, I know this white dot front sight is a lot harder to pick up in the overcast than this orange dot. I mean, obviously, in a little lower light situation, orange is gonna be easier to pick up than white. But one thing that I noticed with a lot of handguns that the Glock 19 really has an advantage over, for me anyways, is being able to get on target fast between shots. It's the low bore axis. Really helps me control recoil with the Glock 19. Now, just shooting these two here back to back, I'm not noticing a whole lot of difference in that. I did with when I compared the Glock 19 and the HK VP9. I noticed that quite a bit. Let me load 5 rounds into each. We'll do side by side, kind of fast, see if I can get them on target. See if I can notice a difference between being able to control the recoil between these two. All right, let me run the Glock first. I'm gonna get this side view here, so maybe you'll be able to see a difference. I don't know. I'll tell you if I can tell a difference. Let's run 5 out of the Glock first. Okay, I got my feel for that. Let me grab the CZ. Today's video is brought to you by Vetter Holsters. I'd like to thank them for helping the channel out. Here's one of the products they sent over for me. This one fits my 365 XL with the red dot on it. You see it's cut for that. Also has the claw feature on it. Keeps that butt tucked in closer to your body. Another example is this holster for the HK VP9. This is their outside the waistband model. Just look at that cool pattern on that. Excellent retention, great products. So if you want to go help them out, which they help me out, so it works out both ways, I'll put a link to their website below. Go check out Vetter Holsters. All right, see if we can tell much of a difference. Not really. I think that set's about the same as the Glock in my hand. I'll say this, I think for me, reaching that slide stop is a bit more comfortable of a reach for me with the CZ P10 C. Ooh, this thing might be changing my mind. Glasses are coming off. And if y'all have watched this channel very much, I think you know what's coming next. And I can never get it with my finger. Somewhere up here in this area up on the hill. It's a 12-inch plate at 80 yards. And I got 5 rounds for each to see what we can do. No redos, first try at it. Took the glasses off. I'm not worried about a ricochet from 80 yards away, so. Ooh, I done terrible. Hit that first shot, thought I was gonna do great. So that was a Glock 19. Let's try the CZ. Normally I can get it at least 2 or 3 times, but that was bad. I gotta do it again. 1 for 5 is not gonna cut it, but I might not even hit it any next time. Let's try. But I did kind of search around there, trying to find a hold with the CZ. So I'm gonna make up all the excuses I can right now. I just want to do it again. I'm gonna make y'all watch me load mags while I'm sitting here coming up with excuses to do it again. Yeah, that's what we're doing. All right, Glock 19. Try her again. Are you kidding me? First shot and then missed 4 again. All right, I know I had to hold a little bit low with this one. First 3, then missed 2. What a conundrum. Am I supposed to pick now which one I like better? Is that where we're at in the video? I don't like that idea. Oh man, I really like both of them. It's hard to go wrong with a Glock. I mean, they're proven, decades of use, military, police, they're proven, which I've never had an issue with the CZ either. Not one single hiccup. I don't know many people that have. I've shot CZs, the 75s, that's one of my favorite guns. Shot them my whole life. I broke an extractor on a CZ 75 that I had thousands and thousands of rounds through, shot competition with it. But other than that issue, I've not really had any problems, and that was expected. I don't know, man. I really like them both. Let's see, there's the bore axis. We was talking about that earlier on the CZ. There it is on the Glock. It might sit just a little lower on the Glock. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Maybe. I don't know. It looks pretty well the same to me. I know in shooting them, I can't tell much difference. I don't know, guys. It's going to be completely up to you. Let's talk about one issue here that may favor the Glock, and that's going to be the aftermarket support. I don't think the CZ P10 C has quite the aftermarket support that, say, the Glock 19 does when it comes to holsters and parts and sights and everything you can think of. If they make it for a handgun, they make it for a Glock 19. Not so much with the CZ P10 C. Not saying that there's not a lot of options. There are a lot of options, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be as compatible with everything as the Glock 19. Now, I've read that the CZ P10 C will fit Glock holsters and so on and so forth. I haven't found that to be 100% true. I know the CZ won't fit in my Safariland ALS type holster. It won't lock in. Some of the other holsters that are a little more forgiving on the molding, sure, it'll work, but it's not going to work in every single Glock holster. So if that's what you're thinking, it's probably not going to happen. It may or may not, let's just say that. So, but yeah, that's price goes to the CZ, aftermarket support goes to the Glock. I mean, other than that, you're just picking which name you like best. I like them both. I'm gonna keep them both. That's what I'm gonna do. And I wish I could redo the first video on that P10 C and the sights adjusted. If you don't have an Infinity Defense Target, link down below, TGD 15 is going to get you a 15% discount on that. And while we're talking about good prices and discounts, please go check out Target Sports USA. They've decided to support the channel. There's a link below for that too. If you want to support my channel, click on that link, go look around. It helps me and didn't cost you a dime. Just go look around, use my link, look around, helps me out, helps them out, and you don't even have to buy nothing. Just go look around. So, that being said, we're going to go ahead and finish up this video. I'm going to keep them both. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer. And until next time, guys, stay tuned.